All right, so today we are talking about the AI Act from the European Union. And this is a big deal because we need to start understanding how much AI is actually impacting our economy, the global economy, and how we actually interact with each other as humans. So you can go to the website artificialintelligenceact.eu. So they've created three risk categories. The first one states applications and systems that create an unacceptable risk, such as government-run social scoring of the type used in China. That's a video for another day. So that is a huge deal. Second, high-risk applications such as CV scanning tool that ranks job applicants are subject to specific legal requirements. And lastly, applications not explicitly banned or listed as high risk are largely left unregulated. This is a big deal because now we have to accept one of the biggest truths about AI is that laws, policies, and regulations are not being made at the speed of the updates that are being created in the AI community by these major companies. So it's extremely difficult for them to catch up. Take months and months to vote on laws and policies, and these companies are basically like, hey, we have an update every month and a half now. Um, so here, one of the most important parts that I wanted to point out is, let's see, okay, so right here is where it says that the EU's AI regulation is already making waves internationally. So why is this important? Well, when we start to see, um, could these type of regulations then become, as I mentioned, a global standard? We have to start paying attention to the limitations as far as the opportunities that are occurring, but it's going to create huge, and I mean huge impact as far as how it's going to be applied, especially for globalization and businesses. Because once individuals start noticing, okay, now my business, even though it's a small business, must be compliant to certain laws and policies and regulations, or if you're doing business in multiple countries, and understanding what AI tools you can actually use for your business or for selling in other countries is going to become a big deal. Um, and right here, where it says that there are several loopholes and exceptions in the proposed law. So if we go back to the beginning, so for example, when they mentioned the first risk, right here, for example, the government runs social scoring of the type used in China. As we know, in the US, we get a huge portion of our products from China. What happens when these type of laws start once again going against the country that you're acquiring different products from? And I need to do an entire video on Chinese AI, but it's extremely advanced. Some of it is far more advanced than what we have right now. Um, so I can foreshadow the huge impact that it's going to have on business. And we have to, I think, thread very lightly when we start banning certain things, um, because I think it can have consequences that we don't even realize. Once again, that can affect the economy. And especially now, if you have to consider, let's say, 10 different terms from 10 different countries as far as what products can be served. Especially this is important if you're running digital products and services, because if you're using AI tools and now you have to abide by 10 different types of AI laws, policies, and regulations, this is going to be a nightmare to actually implement, especially for small businesses that don't have a huge team to help them manage that type of process. So this is going to affect a lot of entrepreneurs, and I do want people to be aware of these issues because you're thinking, oh, this is just fun and games. I'm making text to images, right? And it's just fun until we're going to see different types of acts that say, hey, well, maybe you can do this in this country. Maybe you can't do that in that country. how is it going to impact your business? So don't be foolish and think that just because you're a small business is not going to impact you. So you do have to be aware, start paying attention to how different countries are creating these type of AI acts because eventually it could affect your business. And you also have to pay attention as far as the different groups in the different countries, how they are responding to those acts. Because if you're doing business in those countries, then you might be liable and responsible for how you connect with your consumers in those other countries. So this issue is much bigger than we realize. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and how you think it could impact you, or do you think it's a big deal? How quickly could this start impacting, small creators, entrepreneurs? Um, but at the rate that updates are happening with I would not be surprised if it's much faster. I mean, I know for me, even I was shocked, and I'm aware of the issue. So let me know what you guys think as